Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another one of our State of the Unit addresses. This one is for September 2016. If you haven't ever been to a State of the Unit address, what it is a monthly newsletter for our squadron and our community here at the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. I want to make sure I bring this to everyone's attention. There's a couple of big changes going on in the unit, and I thought you guys might want to hear about these. One, it's about how we accept members. That's very important for our leaders so that they don't accept a member before doing this research that I'm about to explain. And the type of members we have, that's changed. I've grown a little bit as a squadron leader, and I've realized that, a couple of things, and we're going to make some changes. That's with our membership. And then there's, oh yes, a couple of our field manuals, our recruitment form, a lot of that has changed. So to go along with the new membership. But in addition to that, our Star Citizen 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron goals, our manifesto or our mission statement, that's also changed. So you should go in and read those. I'll briefly go over what the changes might be, but due to the fact that this is a public YouTube video, I'm not going to go too into depth with that. If you want to read more about that, be a member and then read our manifesto, which is located under our field manuals, actually. Let's talk about membership right now. We have 10 active members in Star Citizen, 25 in War Thunder, and we have one affiliate. Okay, well that's getting ready to change actually, so we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. That's what one of the big changes to the squadron is. I've kind of changed I from time to time. You can change the name of the squadron here, and this is the name that'll appear on any searches. So from time to time, I will change this, especially like when it's around the holidays. I'll say the 1st Naval or the 1 NAS welcomes you or wishes you a great holiday or something like that. I'll change that as like a message of the day. And then these down here, the PMC regular role play and the security and exploration, I might change those from time to time, but I usually leave them up for like these two. I don't change, but maybe every 3 months or something like that, to give people an opportunity to see that we're more than just security and exploration. And then down here where it says role play, sometimes I have it on, sometimes I have it off. Sometimes I'm hardcore, sometimes I'm regular, sometimes I'm casual, always PMC. This changes based on the type of audience that we're trying to look for. Now here are our 10 members. We did used to have this one member called Storla Boy, right? My understanding was, and the way he talked through his conversation with me through the communications channels, was that he wanted to be a member of the 1NAS. So he joined, and then I immediately noticed that he was an affiliate because his name was brown, not green like this. So I said, okay, he's an affiliate, something's up. So I clicked on his name, and I'm just going to pick any one of these guys. We'll go to like Lunatic, right? When you bring it up, it'll have his main organization here. Well, he didn't have a main organization here. His main organization was the Honorable Merchant Guild or something like that. And then 1NES was down, when you go to organizations, 1NES was down here as one of his affiliates. So I made a communication to him saying, hey, did you know that you were still a member of the Honorable Merchants Guild? And did you mean to be one of our affiliates, or did you mean to be primary organization? He says, oh yeah, I meant to be a primary organization. Let me delete that organization or whatever. Okay, so he did, or so he said. So then I go back to him, and what do I see? I see that we're still an affiliate, and his main organization has changed to a group called SE1, which is a totally different group. It's and then he commented about how he made his own organization just to see how the system was, and then he immediately deleted it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever, so let's figure this out. And then when I go back to his name, and you'll see this now, maybe I can pull him up some way. And this is just interesting tidbits of information. And if you are Storla Boy and you're watching this, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. So maybe you have a chance to fix it. So when we go to our squadron, right, and now I have to go into my admin, and I go to recruitment. I sent him an invitation, and there it is, Storla Boy. Now I'm just going to open him up. Now his main organization is redacted. Okay, not the organization redacted. It is redacted. And then when I go to his organizations, I see that he's part of the League of Shadows. And so he is, and I don't know what his main organization is. So I don't know what's going on with him. I personally think Storla Boy is one of those guys that goes from organization to organization, spying on what they're doing. And so what I've done was I booted him. He's no longer, as you saw, he wasn't no longer a member. But in one NAS in our organization here, I had created something new for people that wanted to be an affiliate. And here's the affiliate button right here. And his name was right there, right? And then here's a little explanation of affiliates. And you might want to go check that out. It's also part of our code of conduct. I've even reworded the code of conduct to allow affiliates. Okay, because right here I got like members may be affiliated with other organizations. Okay, but there's rules to that. First, let me go to our engine admin panel where Storla is here as an affiliate. I'm going to go ahead and click it. There we go. So he's no longer part of the unit. So he's not an affiliate. He's not a member of the unit or anything. Okay, so one of the reasons why we have the membership requirements the way we do, I want you guys to understand that one of the most important things to me is our operational security. It's I know we don't have a whole lot of top secret information going on right now in Star Citizen, but in the future we will, and I want to curb that now so that we don't have any leaks in our security later. The way we used to have it was you have to join the squadron. You have to be we have to be your only squadron in the game. And then you would have to join our website, and we would have to be your only website for Star Citizen in Engine. And what that basically meant that if you were committed to this squadron, you would have us as your only organization. The reasons between that, the reasons why we have us as your only organization, and this is our philosophy in the past, was that if you're in multiple organizations, which Star Citizen allows, you're not really committing any, you're not committing to any one organization. You're spreading your time amongst a bunch of different organizations. And we didn't want that. We wanted you to, when you're playing, we wanted you to be playing with us. Because when you're training, when you're learning the game, we wanted you to be learning with us and training with us. So if we had any special moves or any special tactics or techniques, you would know those, and you wouldn't be learning different tactics or strategies from other organizations and then having a conflict. We had a problem back a long while back when I was playing MechWarrior Online, and we were closely affiliated with another organization, and we would have techniques and strategies that the Davian Royal House Guards would do. We would do this, we would attack, we would pop, we would do all these these techniques. And then when we would go play with someone else, like let's just call them the Night Wardens, great group of guys, we would play with them. They would have a different strategy. They would do it a different way, and our guys would do it our way. Their guys would do it their way, and there would be like a conflict of strategies, not interests, but a conflict of strategies where things wouldn't happen uh, properly or cohesively or anything like that. So we really struggled with that in the Star Citizen community since we moved on from MechWarrior Online. In the Star Citizen community, we are very committed to training and learning techniques and strategies and things like that. And we don't want you to be diluted by going on to all these different organizations. Okay, now that wasn't the main reason. The main reason was operational security. That's the number one reason. We didn't want people coming into our organization that were affiliated with us or affiliated with other organizations, letting them know what we were doing. That's what we did. Cared more about sharing, not strategies and tactics. That's not so much the big deal. But the big deal was like what we were doing and when we were doing it. Like if we were planning on doing a raid on a certain base at a certain time, we didn't want people to know that. And so we didn't want, especially the organization that we were going to be raiding. So we didn't want to have all these individuals in our organization that would share that information with other people. So we've decided we would have a very exclusive organization. Just recently I did a video, and I can kind of scroll up and you can see it right here. It's called Orgs and Exclusivity, right? Okay, well I did this video, and basically I went on that video to basically share with the world why it's good to have an exclusive organization and why you don't want to have affiliates. Basically, I was trying to input my beliefs on everyone else, right? So, which I always do anyway. That's what I do. But that's what I do in my YouTube videos. But while I was going through this YouTube video and I was talking, I was actually listening to what I was saying, right? It happens every now and then. So I'm talking about how exclusive organizations do this and they do that, and why it's great for security and all that stuff. And then I explained, like that's coming from the point of view of the organization. But what about the individuals of the organization? What about this and that and this? They're going to have a different perspective because that might not be a concern of theirs, or they might be good people, but they just want to have, but they've got friends in other organizations or whatever. I'm just going to go along. You can watch that video, the exclusivity video. And then at the end of the video, like the last 10 minutes of the video, I had a light bulb go off on the top of my head. Bing! It's like we can be exclusive while still being able to have affiliates. It was like, I can have my cake and eat it too. I figured it out. I figured out the secret code. All of our information that we put out that might be needed to be exclusive, might be needed to be hush hush, is put out on the website. Where is it put out? Well, it's put out in our field manuals. It's also put out on our forums and maybe the gallery and the calendar. Those are the main places that might be needed to be kept private. So what I've come to the conclusion of is we can accept affiliates into our organization, and then when they apply for the website, which they have to be a member, when they apply for the website and I see that they are affiliated with other organizations, I make them an affiliate, right? And then I tag the affiliate tag on their character, and now affiliates don't have access to half the website, almost all the website. So what I need to do is make a forum for the affiliates, put it in this affiliate tab, like when you go to the affiliate tab. Maybe I need to have, that's the membership there, but maybe I also need to have a forum here that our affiliates can see and that we can tell them things and let them know things like they're not top secret. It's just that easy. Basically, I've come to the conclusion that Star Citizen is trying to, or CIG, is trying to make an affiliate organization just an extended friends list. So like if we're affiliated with the Night Wardens, then basically the Night Wardens will be on our friends list. And so we would be able to communicate with them in game or whatever to build bigger teams or something like that. Okay. And that's a good thing. Having a lot of affiliates, pre-created organizations that are on your friends list, basically, is a good thing. And so I think I would like to have our organization on a lot of people's friends lists. For one reason, if they need our help, they can call for us. If they want to hire us out to do a security mission or an exploration something or merchanting or something like that, if they need to call on us, they'll be able to do that easier if we're on their affiliate list. So this is the way it's going to work. And this is how I have made it secure. Okay. Namely with the affiliate tag on the character and him being affiliated, and he's basically being segregated into a separate part of the website. Super easy. Now, what does that mean? That means I've got to check, and I do anyway. So when someone joins our website, I go into Star Citizen and I check to see if they've joined our squadron. If they have, I'll accept them, and or I will view their profile first. That's usually what I do. I view their profile. And if they have any other organizations in their profile, they all must be revealed or visible. If any of them are redacted or hidden, they're immediately blocked. And I remove them from the website. I remove them from I just basically cancel the application because they're trying to hide something. They're hiding something. And when you hide something, it goes against the reason why we're accepting them as an affiliate in the first place, so that we can kind of share like missions with them and stuff. And if they have a hidden organization, that means they're probably in league with pirates. It usually means that smugglers or espionage organizations. There are organizations out there right now. Star Citizen's bad for this or good for this, depending on if you like that kind of gameplay. But Star Citizen has a lot of organizations that their main focus is to acquire information from other organizations and share that information, sell the information, or they basically are spies for hire. That's cool. That's a cool concept, a cool idea. But because we know that that exists, we have to be on the guard for that. If someone joins our organization and they already have a main organization or any additional organization, we will make them an affiliate. Affiliates have limited access. If they have any hidden organization, don't allow them. And that's how we maintain our exclusivity while still allowing affiliates. Now, as far as Star Citizen is concerned, when they join our website, our section of the RSI website, their character or their name appears in our membership as a brown name, and if you scroll over it, it won't say roles, it'll say affiliate. That'll help improve our membership. It'll look like we have more members, because even if we have affiliates, it'll look like we have more members. I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to the org 2.0. I guess we'll find out when that happens. But in our organization, we're going to keep them separated in an affiliate capacity. You can actually be a full-fledged member of this organization and still have affiliates. So you could be, Mr. Everything could be a member of this organization, but I might also be a member of the Night Wardens, right? I'll affiliate with them. And if I affiliate with them, I cannot have them hidden on my profile. They will have to be shown as one of my affiliates. That's okay. And then when I go to accept that invitation, I am going to look at the Night Wardens. I'm going to look at whatever organization is on there, and I'm going to determine if they are a nefarious organization. If they are a syndicate, if they're a pirate organization, or even if their name is like Scumbags of the Universe, that's going to block them, because I don't want people in our organization that are less than honorable. So I will, and just by saying you're a member of the Scumbags of the Universe, just by saying that, that tells me you're not an honorable person. Yeah, because guess what? Perception is truth. So I won't accept that. But there's organizations that are set up for fun or just silly giggles or whatever. I'll accept that. Then as long as they're not griefers, we're good. If there's people set up for, like, they want to be a merchant group, or if they're a security group or an exploration group or bounty hunting even, all that kind of stuff, totally cool with that. So I will accept them if those are affiliates. And you can even be part of our main organization, even if you have affiliates. And that basically lets you know, guys, this is a big change right now. If you are a member of the 1NAS right now, and you want to become an affiliate of another organization because you've got either friends there or you think it's a cool organization, as long as it's not under the table type of organization, a less than legal organization, run it by me if you want, because I've got a list of a few organizations that I immediately consider to be dirtbags. And but if you want to run it by me, or you want to show me, because maybe I want to join too, that might be cool. And then we could you can become an affiliate of another organization if you want. Okay, so you've just become a little bit more enabled to become affiliates, and you're allowed to have up to 10 organizations, your main plus 9 others. If you have been thinking about joining the 1NAS, and you're out there, you're watching this video, and you've been thinking about joining the 1NAS, but you've got friends in a couple of other organizations, you can still join us either as an affiliate or as a main, as long as all those organizations are above board. Now, the last thing about this video is about our goals. Over the last month or so, Tony Zurovec came out and he said a few things in his interviews that have changed the landscape of Star Citizen. It changed it diametrically, especially for our squadron, because our squadron had a goal, and we've had this goal for 3 years, almost 4 years. We've had this goal for this one end game thing to happen. Let's use my right arm because it's in camera. Left arm's not in camera. Okay, so this one main thing in Star Citizen we were aiming for, Tony basically just came out and said that's not going to happen in Star Citizen. No matter how much everybody wants that to happen, it's not going to happen, because they don't want Sim Citizen. They don't want this specific type of thing. And it actually, our plan was to exploit this one type of thing, of course. We were, and you can kind of picture, he said that we're not going to be able to buy something, make something, acquire something, put NPCs into it, and let the NPCs run wild, running this thing while we go off and do something else, and let the NPCs basically just generate money for our organization, or just generate resources or ammunition or munitions for us. He's not going to let that happen. He said NPCs that are yours, that you possess, are basically your property. They will be like your crew. So like, let's say Mr. Everything hires 10 guys to get on his Retaliator, and they're going to man all the gun positions, they're going to man the engine rooms, all the crew positions are going to be manned. I can't, that's fine. He said that's great. And when Mr. Everything goes and he flies, he can even put a crew member in the pilot seat and say, go fly somewhere, but Mr. Everything will have to be on that ship. I cannot be on the spaceport and say, crew, go get in the ship and go fly off to Yellow while I stay here. He doesn't want that. They don't want that. They don't want you to be able to guide or send off your, because what he's saying is that's a roll of the dice on whether or not they get attacked and how they fight back. And if I've got 20 ships, because there are players out there with more than that. I know of one player that's got over 30 ships, but you got 20 ships, and I buy a crew for every one of those ships, and now I've got this fleet flying, and I say, okay, you merchants, I want you to go do this. You security guards, I want you to fly with them. You explorers, I want you to go over there to explore, while I just sit on my laurels at Grimhex or whatever and jack off, right? And they don't want that to happen. They don't want you to be a fleet overlord, right? They want this game to be a first-person game. At that point, it becomes a management game. You're managing where you're sending your troops, what you're doing with these guys, and how they're acting over here. They don't want that, right? They want you to be in the middle of all the action. So you can have a crew, or you can have a massive crew, but they're always going to be with you. They're going to be like followers. They're going to be like pets that you see in a lot of these other games. You got like pets that follow you. Or I don't know, you've seen some like summoners. Like I played a couple of superhero games or whatever where you could like summon all these robots or whatever, or even in a wizard game where you like summon all these skeletons to fight for you. That's basically what these guys are going to be. They're going to be guys that just follow you around. They'll follow your orders, like you can say attack over here or defend over here or whatever, but you are there. Okay, so that is the big change because we thought that we were going to be able to get like a manufacturing facility, put a bunch of NPCs in there, and have them manufacture our stuff or whatever, right? And we're not going to go into super details because that's reserved for our manifesto, but or our mission statement. So as soon as he said that, our hearts kind of just dropped. Like, what? Our long-term goal or way in the future goal has basically just been squashed. So, but we knew getting in this game that things were going to change. It's an iterative game, so we have to be adaptable. And so, over the last month or so, I've been thinking, what can I adjust the goal? We still have to have a goal, and it's not that we'll ever attain it or we'll ever like a good goal would be something like we want to have a carrier. Well, that's not a long-term goal for me. Believe it or not, that's one of my midterm goals, right? That's a goal, but it's not the ultimate. It's like a midway. I've got some short-term goals like to build up to get to the midterm, and then once we get to the midterms, then things are gonna open up for us to get to our long-term goals. So I was trying to think of what could the long-term goal be. Well, I've come up with an idea, and I'm not going to share it on the video. So if you want to know what this long-term goal is, you should go to our mission statement on the website, guys, and you should read it. It's going to be posted there. If you never knew what our long-term goal was, now's a good time to learn what it is now, because now it's a good long-term goal. You should also, if you haven't read the full manifesto, read the whole thing, the mission statement, the whole thing. It's like multiple pages. A lot of people just read the first page and they don't realize that there are multiple pages to this thing. Read the whole thing. It's very important that you know this. A lot of the field manuals, it would be very important that you read all of them. When we get closer to beta, this is something that a lot of people from the squadron know, but if you're new in the squadron, you might not know this because they don't really talk about it all the time. But when we get close to beta, when beta is looming on the horizon, let's say beta is in PTU. Okay, whatever. But as soon as we know that beta is like going to be the next thing that they're getting ready to change the name from alpha to beta. As soon as we know that, and that's way off in the future, years probably. But as soon as we know that, the squadron is going to tighten up its ship. All the bulkheads will be locked. The TeamSpeak channels will be secure. The recruitment will be a little bit more finalized. Training will be starting to be implemented. We will be putting people through the paces of how to do this, how to do that. There will be requirements on attendance at certain things. Not a whole lot, but some things. And so right now, we're playing it loose and fancy free. Everything's like in a flux right now. We're just riding the waves. But when beta comes out, that basically means they're feature locked and they know which direction they're going. We'll know which direction they're going, and we will have all of our training and everything implemented at that time. Better to know our goals and our paths and our training. We have some training documents up, which might change, but right now they haven't. And be ready for when beta hits, because when beta hits, it's like 2 feet on the ground and we'll be running. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this. Final thoughts. War Thunder. As you know, they're coming out with a Navy, Terror of the Sea, or something like that. That's going to be in beta test, closed beta test towards the end of the year. I do have a code for that. I'll be participating in that. But I'm going to just let you know, guys, just straight up, being honest with you guys, trying not to be underhanded or I don't want to be that kind of organization leader that doesn't share his thoughts and feelings about what's going on in the squadron. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm disappointed in the squadron as a whole, not in any individual, just the whole War Thunder squadron as a whole. I've been playing War Thunder for over 2 years, right? The first 9 months or so, the first couple of years, I played off and on, very little. I was just like log in, I'd play it, I'd say, okay, cool, whatever, and then I'd log out, whatever. But about a year and a half ago, in June, about a year and whatever, however far June was, 2 months. Okay, so like 14 months ago, I formed a squadron with my best friend, uh, the 807th. We were going to play the British Naval Air. And I think that looking back on it, I think it was pretty much my choice. I railroaded him into kind of accepting the 807th, right? He thought it was cool. It was a great idea and everything, but I feel like it was all my idea. I paid the cash, the real U.S. dollars, to form a squadron. Because in War Thunder, if you didn't already know this, to form a squadron, you have to pay money. Okay, so I paid the money. I got the squadron formed. I named it. Everything was great. We played for about 6 months under the 807's banner. We had built up quite a good group of guys, 15 or 20 guys. And we were having a good old time just playing missions and stuff. But the ultimate goal was always to be able to get into squadron battles. Because the whole reason why you have a squadron, the reason why you pay the money to form a squadron, is so that you can participate in squadron battles. Period. There's no other reason. That is the one fucking reason why you would pay money to form a squadron, is so that you can play in a squadron battle. Why would you care to play in a squadron battle? Because you receive money. If you're any good at it, you get golden eagles for being in the top. And right now, you get that for being the top 20 players in squadron battles. Right? The top 3 or 5 squadrons get a huge amount of golden eagles, and then the top 20 players overall get golden eagles if you play squadron battles. Okay, so that was our goal. We were going to form up a squadron, recruit rapidly. How many people were recruited? How many people in our squadron actually actively recruit in matches? Be honest with yourself. Do you ever recruit? Do you even give a shit? Right? No. There's like Sonic, I think he really recruits. Spider, I think he recruits. Myself, I recruit. There might be a couple others. Right? Mickey, I think he recruits. I'm not exactly sure. But there's a small percentage. Even if it's only 10. We have 30 people in the squadron right now. How many of you guys post in the chat that we're recruiting? Any of you? Okay, so back off that subject. So we were recruiting for the year, right? We've been getting some members, we've been losing some members. It's been fluctuating, but guess what? It's been growing, just gradually growing, and that's great. We're growing internationally. That's great. That means there's people on at all hours of the day, almost, right? That's great. That's great. But we still, after a year and after 14 months, we still don't have enough commitment out of our squadron to join any training, to come to meetings, to attend any kind of gatherings. we posted at various hours of the day. Doesn't matter. Nobody shows up. You log in from when you want, time to time. That's fine. Playing the game. But when it comes to an organized event, nothing. Right? Nothing. As a squadron leader, I've come this close, which is, I don't know, it's wafer thin. I've come that close to closing the squadron. Just letting you guys know, I am on the verge of either, and I won't just discard the squadron. I won't do that because that's unfair to all you guys that are a member of the squadron. What I am considering doing is asking if there's anybody out there that wants to take in our squadron that wants to take possession of the squadron and run it, right? And then I will step down. I will step down and become the lowest of the low recruits in the organization, right? Because I still love flying with you guys. I think you guys are a great bunch of guys. But I'm done putting any effort into this organization. The First Naval Aerospace Squad or Air Squadron is fun. It's great. You guys are a bunch of great group of guys. You're fun to fly with. I don't have a problem with anybody, but I'm putting all this work into making training documents, evaluating which planes are better at doing one thing or the other, tanks, trying to determine which tank is better for squadron battles. But guess what? We aren't doing squadron battles. You know, I might, and unfortunately, I might just leave this organization and go join another organization that is or wants to play in squadron battles. And I apologize as the squadron leader to the members of the 1NAS that joined to play in squadron battles. Now, if you joined this squadron not to play in squadron battles, just to have people on your friends list, that's fine. And I understand that. But you can have people on your friends list without being in a squadron. The only reason why you'd want to be in a squadron is to play in squadron battles. If you meet somebody playing a match, add them to your friends list. If you want to play with somebody on a regular basis, put them on your friends list. You do not have to have a list of people in your squadron unless you're planning on doing squadron battles. I don't know how many times I have to say this. So right now it's up in the air. But if you are the kind of person that would love to take over the squadron and make it something special and do good things with it, I will turn the reins over to you. I will gladly do that. Okay, so just letting you know that I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If something doesn't change in September, by the time I get to the end of September, it's going to be the September 30th or whatever it is the drop dead date. If someone has not taken the squadron from me by then, or if the squadron hasn't participated in a squadron battle, or I don't know, I'm going to either turn it over to someone, let them continue the recruitment process and continue building up for squadron battles, because why would you bother if you're not planning on doing squadron battles? Or if we have participated in a squadron battle and we're excited about that, great. If not, I'm disbanding the squadron. Just letting you know. If you do not plan on getting, or if you don't see the squadron improving over the next month, maybe you can volunteer to be the squadron leader and take charge. Otherwise, and that, now, before you decide that you want to take over, I want to let you know, being the squadron leader of this War Thunder squadron is not a once a week job. It's something you have to be on every day. You have to log on every day to accept applications. Now you can assign some officers that can accept applications also, but you have to be able to check. You have to be able to research the applicant, see if he's good enough or not. You got to post on the forums. You got to be active in more than just logging in, play a match, log out. That's not active enough. You're going to have to be completely active in the War Thunder community. Let me just say, I might be speaking a little, I might be a little bit overzealous right now and a little excitable, but I haven't really made that decision yet. But I'm thinking by the end of September I will have finalized my decision if I want to get rid of the squadron or not. Yeah, so if you're interested, talk to me, pull me aside, let's go to a private chat room, we'll talk. If you think that you can give the kind of commitment that the squadron needs, talk to me. You can have it. Uh, if if you want to petition to keep the squadron at the way it is, and you want to talk to me, I'll be glad to listen. If you got a bunch of people that want to talk to me, that'd be fine too. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. I'm going to document every single conversation that we have. If we have any kind of conversation regarding the status of the one NAS in War Thunder, uh, I'm going to document it. And then that way, at the end of the month, I can look at what all the people have said, who talked to me, what they had said, and then what their reasoning were, and stuff like that. And then I'll come up with a decision. All right. So I know this is kind of like a shock to some of you guys. I love War Thunder. Don't get me wrong. I love playing War Thunder. And I love everybody in the squadron. I am done putting any effort or any kind of work into the squadron at all. I'm done. I'm not going to organize training. I'm not going to organize practices. I'm not going to put videos out. I've stopped live streaming War Thunder. I've been pretty much everything about War Thunder. I've pretty much stopped except playing. And then even then, I'll only log in from time once in a while and play. But I love the game. Don't get me wrong. War Thunder is a freaking awesome game. I love it. But okay, having said this again, one of the reasons why I'm becoming a little stressed about War Thunder. This is one of my reasons why. Star Citizen is my passion. As you probably already know, Star Citizen is my number one passion. Number one passion. And with Star Citizen releasing more and more and more and more and more and more things to do, and they are doing it every month or so, I'm getting a new patch that's releasing all kinds of new ships, new missions, new places to go. As a live streamer, as a YouTuber, I am committing a lot of time to Star Citizen to reveal all this information. As a squadron leader, I am committing a lot of time towards the squadron of Star Citizen, which is taking time away from War Thunder. So it's basically become more and more, or I should say harder and harder to do anything for War Thunder. And that's another thing. It's unfair to you to have me as your squadron leader in War Thunder when I'm not really doing anything with War Thunder. I'm doing it all with Star Citizen. So that's one reason why I'm considering this. Okay. Now we could do this. This is another option. If you don't mind me not putting any effort into it, and you don't care about squadron battles, and you just want to keep everything the way it is, we can do that. I can just say we've got a squadron and it's just going to ride. That's cool. We can do that. But just know that I'm just not going to be putting any effort into it. I'll play. I'll join you guys with teams, and I'll have fun because you guys are all a bunch of great guys. But you're just not going to be getting the effort from me that you used to get. But if you want it to stay the same, talk to me. If you want to become the new leader, talk to me. If you say, screw you, I hate you, Mr. Everything, I want you to get out of the squadron, let me know. Just tell me, and I'll accept all of that. I'm going to document it all, and then I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to do at the end of September. Okay, guys? I really appreciate all you guys for watching this video and staying with me. And a lot of you guys might have tuned out before I got to this final War Thunder comment, but if you stuck it out, I appreciate you, and that's another reason why you guys are a bunch of great group of guys. All right, so I'll see you in the hangar.